Very good afternoon, students. Students, can you hear me? Today, we are going to learn yet another drama written by William Shakespeare. Since morning, most of the teachers have told you about Shakespeare, and I'm going to tell you about his works, and we are going to see one of his plays entitled As You Like It. William Shakespeare, it is it is learned that William Shakespeare hasn't done any university degree, but he had practical knowledge. All his works have been translated into many languages in the world. It is told that more than Bible, people read about his work. He is famous for his dramas, and he was born at Stanford upon Avon. He is also called as Bard of Avon. Bard means poet. B-A-R-D. Bard means poet. Bard of Avon. He has written 38 plays, 154 sonnets. He is the only poet who has seen both Elizabethan age as well as Jacobean age. His wife was Anne Hathaway, 8 years older than him, and he has got three children. One is a son and two daughters. One is named Susanna and Hammett, H-A-M-N-E-T, Hammett and Judith. And his son died at the age of 11. Remember, son's name Hammett, H-A-M-N-E-T, Hammett, that reflects one of his plays entitled Hamlet. And his parents are John and Mary. And it is learned that in the year 1985, he came to London in search of some job. And later, till 1592, we have no any evidence what had happened to him. That is called as Shakespeare's lost years. That is 1585 to 1592. It is heard that he came to Chamberlain's Company, and now it is called Kingsman Company, and he worked there in the company, and he started writing. He started his career as a writer there. In 1613, he retired, and some scholars argued that somebody wrote for William Shakespeare. Why? Because he never went to any university, he doesn't have any university degrees, or he doesn't know how to write. Even sometimes when he puts a signature, he misspells his signature as well. So that's why that's only a theory. We don't have any proof about that. And mostly he wrote comedies, history plays, and tragedies. Ben Jonson rightly calls William Shakespeare as not of an age but for all time. That's what he tells about William 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 Shakespeare. So he has written many plays. Let me tell you a few things. Let me name a few of the plays written by William Shakespeare: The Tempest, Two Gentlemen of Verona, Measure for Measure, Comedy of Errors, Much Ado About Nothing, Lovers, Labour's Lost, A Midnight Summer's Dream, The Merchant of Venice, As You Like It, Twelfth Night, or What You Will, King Richard II, the first part of King Henry IV, and it goes on. Romeo and Juliet, Julius Caesar, Macbeth, Hamlet, Othello. So the list goes on like this. So most of us, when we see the messages in Instagram or WhatsApp, we send a few quotations of William Shakespeare. Many of the quotations are even today we use it in our daily day-to-day conversation. Let me talk about that one later. let us concentrate on this particular play, As You Like It. As You Like It is a romantic comedy written by William Shakespeare, and it is divided into five acts. Usually, William Shakespeare borrows his plot from some other source, and he has borrowed this particular play's plot from Thomas Lodge's Rosalind. So that's where he has borrowed that one, the plot, and he has manipulated it. He has manipulated it, and he has given some characters into the play, and he has given some life to it. And it has come in a beautiful way. As You Like It is a romantic comedy written by William Shakespeare. When we look into the plot, there are many things that go in this particular play. Before I just tell you about plot construction, the characters, and how do they converse with each other, the story, the subplots, the theme, everything. So let me introduce to you the some characters that are found in this particular play. Let me tell you. Just give me a moment. The first character is Sir Roland D. Boyce. He is the first character. He has got three sons. He has got three sons named Orlando, Oliver, and Jax. He has got three sons. Who has got three sons? Sir Roland D. Boyce has got three sons named Orlando, Oliver, and Jax. Oliver is the eldest boy in the family because Sir Roland D. Boyce is an old man. He is about to die. Before he dies, he gives all the responsibility of the family to Oliver since he is the eldest son of the family. As an eldest son of the family, the responsibility lies with him, but he takes it for granted. He doesn't give any quality education to his brothers. Oliver doesn't give any priority to both the brothers named Orlando and Jax. There are another character. There are many characters which come. Just a minute. Duke Senior comes, Frederick, Rosalind, Celia, Touchstone, Jax, as I already told you, and these are the main characters that come. So let me briefly put the plot into a nutshell way. Since Oliver is the eldest boy in the family, he doesn't give any priority or importance to his brothers. So, in order to take away all the properties, he neglects his brother. Both the brothers are neglected. Orlando complains to his servant named Adam. Adam is the servant in the family, and he is very close to the younger brothers uh, named Orlando and Jax because he has been there in the house since uh, Roland D. Boyce is there. Since then, he's there. So Orlando complains to Adam, stating that my brother doesn't give any importance to us. So, in order to grab the properties of my father, we are neglected. So, the itself, opening scene itself tells us how William Shakespeare introduces each characters to us. So William Shakespeare usually gives more importance to his opening scenes. William Shakespeare, in many of the plays, we can see the scene opens in the open area. In Merchant of Venice, we can see the play opens in the streets of Venice, and in As You Like It, also we can see it also opens in the Orchard of Orlando's house, and Hamlet also it opens there in the open area. Macbeth it opens with witches there in the outskirts of the city. So much importance is given to the opening scene of William Shakespeare. So when we see this particular opening scene of William Shakespeare, where Orlando is talking to Adam because he is the one who gives complaints about his brother. Let me read out few lines before I proceed with the plot. Act 1, Scene 1. Orchard of Oliver's house. Enter Orlando and Adam. Adam is the servant. Orlando just tells Adam, as I remember, Adam, it was upon this fashion bequeathed me by woe put poor 1,000 crowns, and thou saying charged my brother on his blessing to breed me well. But there begins my sadness, my brother. Jack he keeps at school, and report speaks goldenly of his prophet. For my part, he keeps me sarcastically at home to speak more properly staying. That means he keeps on complaining that my brother doesn't take care of me. So as Adam hears very carefully from Orlando, his brother Oliver comes into the picture. There, he chases Adam out of that particular place, and Oliver, in that particular time, Oliver comes and there was a fight between two brothers, that is Oliver and Orlando. And Adam again comes there and he stops the fight. Oliver, just after the fight stops, Oliver goes to a Charles, that is a wrestler, he is a well known wrestler in that particular place. Nobody can defeat him. He goes to wrestler and tells him that so you have a fight as tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to have a fight with Orlando. So I want him to be killed. I want my brother to be killed. Why he is telling? Because if brother is no more, he can have all the properties in his name. So that's what. So the next day, in the state of Duke Frederick, another important character. Duke Frederick, another character is the Duke in that particular place. The fight is going to take place in that particular area in front of Frederick. All the people are present. Duke is present, Celia, Rosalind, and all the people are. Who is Celia? Who is Rosalind? Celia is the daughter of Duke Frederick. And Rosalind is another character that is senior Duke, that is brother of Frederick. His daughter is Rosalind. Already there was a clash between Duke Frederick and senior Duke, and junior Duke, that is Duke Frederick, made senior Duke to go out of the particular place, Senate place. So he is out of the place and he is asked to move into the forest of Arden. I'm going to talk to you about that one later. So Rosalind is there. Rosalind is the daughter of that Duke, banished Duke there. And Duke Frederick is present in that particular place where the match is going to begin. The match is about to begin, and all the people are present there. Orlando defeats Charles. Charles, who was not defeated so far throughout his life, now he is defeated. So he comes victorious. So all the people come to appreciate him. So when it was announced that the son of Roland de Bois, named Orlando, wins this particular match. So when he hears that name, when Duke Frederick hears that name, Roland de Bois, he gets angry. Why he gets angry? Because He is the enemy to the family. Orlando's father is the enemy to the family. He gets annoyed with that particular name and he gets up and walks out of that particular place. So Celia and Rosalind, both of them, they come there to the particular place to appreciate him, to congratulate him. So Orlando, after the victory, Orlando says there, and Rosalind, she goes there and she gives him a necklace as a present because he is victorious in that particular match, and he's given there, and she is totally attracted towards Orlando because he is a young man. He never went to practice wrestling in his life, and now he is victorious. And because of the beauty, she is infatuated, falls in love with Orlando. Orlando also feels somewhat in love, but he doesn't express his love to Rosalind. So both of them exchange some smile, and both of them exchange some smile and they disappear. And Rosalind and Celia, they are considered to be cousins and they are close friends as well. Why why Rosalind is kept here in this particular place? Because Celia is the daughter of Duke Frederick, and Rosalind is the daughter of Senior Duke, who was banished because Duke Frederick thought that she would be a good companion to his daughter Celia. So both of them have a good understanding. So wherever they go together. They go together. And finally, when Duke Frederick comes to know that Rosalind, she is the responsible to bring Orlando to my place, and he gets angry and he completely orders Rosalind to move out of this particular country. So they get scared and they wanted to move. So Celia and Rosalind, both of them, they plan in such a way that nobody should see what is happening in that particular place. So in order to escape to some other place, so Rosalind disguises herself as a man, disguises herself as a man, and and her name is also going to be changed, and Ganymede. She is going to be Ganymede, and Celia, she changes her costume, and Elena. So both of them, they take Touchstone, the jester of Duke Frederick. Is the jester at Duke Frederick's court, and he is also is taken by both the sisters to somewhere. So all three of them, they escape to Garden of Eden. That's where Duke is banished. Senior Duke is staying in that particular forest. Garden of Eden, Aden, Eden. Senior Duke is there. In order to find out the real father, Rosalind, she plans in such a way to escape from that particular place. And meanwhile, in this particular another episode in Orlando's place, Adam comes to Orlando and tells him that your brother is planning to kill you. Your brother is planning to murder you. Please move out of this particular place very soon. As soon as possible, please get out of this particular place. Oliver is planning to kill you. That's what Adam tells. Adam, may you escape from this particular place. May you escape from the torture of your brother. Both Adam and Orlando, two of them, they escape. The destiny is they are brought to that particular garden of forest of Eden. So All the characters are brought in this particular this one forest of Arden. Senior Duke is there, Rosalind is there, Celia is there. Now, along with Celia, there is Jester named Touchstone, and now another two important characters. Orlando has also come into Forest of Adam, and one more thing is that Jester, that is Adam, the Adam worker of uh, Oliver's house. He also comes there. So all the central characters are brought into Garden of Forest of Eden. So from city life to the village, that particular village, particular forest pastoral. So when we are exposed to the nature, people feel really happy. So all the people are present in that particular place, but nobody has recognized, nobody knows where they are. So they are into different places. So remember, Rosalind disguises herself as a man, as a boy. So all three of them they go there, and even Orlando comes there, Adam comes there. They don't recognize. So already Orlando has gone mad in thinking about Rosalind. So since yes, because since openly he did not expose his proposal to her, but inside his heart aches for her. So she feels something for Rosalind. So whenever he goes there, he just recites some poetry in name of Rosalind, and he goes there. Adam feels really hungry. He wanted to eat something. So as they walk in the forest, they see a small hut there. There the senior duke, that's banished duke, senior or the elder brother of Duke Frederick is there. He goes and shows the knife or the sword to senior duke, and Orlando demands food. Senior Duke welcomes him in such a way that his heart melts. So he asks, "What do you want? You can have food with us." So finally, they sit in that particular place and have food, and also demands that I want to take some food for my friend named Adam. He's not a slave there, but he's the worker, he's the caretaker of the family, and he is also accompanied into the forest of Adam. So he takes food along with him to Adam. So he keeps on singing songs, he keeps on writing some poetry on wherever the branches he finds Orlando about Rosalind. So as the time passes by, Rosalind, as she was walking there, she could find something on the branches of the tree, the poetry written. So she remembers that, oh, even Orlando is here in the forest. And when she reads the particular poetry written by him, she tells and she recognizes that, oh, this is my man. He has written about me. So the time passes as such. So the plot moves on to some other this one. In the other way, there in the city, Duke Frederick is really frustrated because he doesn't know where her daughter Celia is. Where he doesn't know where his daughter Celia is, and he thinks that she might have escaped with Orlando. So he sends one of the workers to Oliver's house to get him to his house. When the workers go there, and Orlando is not found, Oliver is there, and Oliver is told about these things, and Oliver is brought back to Duke Frederick's house, and Duke Frederick really feels frustrated and he gets angry I want your brother immediately in my house. That's what he demands. If you don't bring your brother, all your properties will be confiscated. All your properties will be confiscated, and you no longer are going to get your property. So look at the condition, pathetic condition of Oliver. In the beginning of the play, he wanted his brother to be killed. Why? Because he wanted to have all the properties. But now what happened? Without killing as well, he's going to lose the properties. He want he wanted his brother to be brought back to Duke Frederick's house. So Duke Frederick tells him that within 1 year, I'm going to give you 1 year's time, because Duke Frederick knows that they are not going to be found, and it's very, very, very difficult to find them out. I'm going to give you a year time. Before that, you should bring my daughter as well as your brother. Otherwise, your properties will be confiscated. So, with this understanding, even Oliver just goes out in search of his brother. He doesn't know where his brother is. He wanted to really find out where the brother is, and even he goes there, he searches everywhere, he inquires about his brother, but nowhere is found. The destiny brings him to the forest of Adam. So now, students, remember, all the characters have come into this picture, come into the forest of Eden. So here we can see each and every one's perspective. What kind of man is Ronaldo? What kind of man? Because nowhere now we were not told about the younger son, Jax. There are three sons, right? Oliver, Orlando, and Jax. We are not told about Jax now. We will be told about that one later at the end of before the closure of the play. So all the characters we have been given in the introduction to it. Now we can read the mindset of each and every character. The love that it sprouts in the forest of Eden, both Rosalind and Orlando. Here, his brother, who comes desperately in search of brother, and comes into the forest of Eden, and he's really feeling pathetic. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go back to the country, because if he goes there without brother, he will lose all the properties. He will become beggar. So he's not going to do any justice to his life. That's why he has come there. So he goes there, and he wanted to rest some. He wanted to take some rest there under the tree. As he was taking rest, the lioness comes there, tries to attack him. So as the lioness was trying to attack him, if Orlando finds Ed, and he comes and saves his elder brother. Elder brother feels really shy. This is the same brother whom I wanted to kill. This is the same brother whom I wanted to cheat. That's what in the beginning of the play it tells. The opening scene itself, it tells to Adam, who Orlando tells, and the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against the servitude I will no longer endure it, though, though yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it. Orlando just speaks to Adam in the beginning of the play, the opening scene of the play, because my brother is cheating me, and the spirit within, I just feel that my father's spirit is within me. So my brother is cheating, I don't know how to control it and how to solve the problem. Now, the same younger brother saves the life of the eldest brother. Named Oliver. So he wanted to just save the life, not only to save the life, because that tells how brotherly love is. Whatever the situations are there, he doesn't let the eldest brother down. So he saves there, and meanwhile, in the fight, Orlando gets some scratches there, gets wounded, and he wanted to take rest, and he sends the elder brother to the tent nearby where there is a young lady and a man who is living there. Just go and inform that I will not be coming tonight to see them, because that is none other than Rosalind and Celia, because they changed their costume, they disguised, and they came into the forest like that. So, as as he goes there into that particular place, he finds there two of them, and he was really attracted towards Celia, and he falls in love with that particular girl, and he will express, but again he runs from that particular place and tells him that I am in love with that particular lady. I have fallen in love, and can you please make our marriage happen? So, as they were informed that this particular Orlando was wounded, and two of them, named Rosalind and Celia, they just come out of the house and give the treatment to Orlando and tell them, both of them tell that, so you are in love with Rosalind, and I have the magic power that I would be bringing your beloved Rosalind tomorrow. So they were astonished. How this particular lady is going to bring my beloved? And how it is possible? That's what he's thinking. So the next day, both of them change their costumes and they appear and they meet senior Duke there in the forest who was banished by his younger brother. There are two episodes which are going simultaneously. One is the story of Orlando, and another is the story of Duke Frederick and his brother. So they are interlinked together. They are brought into this particular place in the forest. So the next day, happily, the story ends with the marriage of Orlando with Rosalind, and Oliver's marriage with Celia. So, and the end of the play, before the play ends, the younger brother named Jax runs from there and informs the senior Duke, who is quite old there in the forest, that your brother, Duke Frederick, has given up all the properties for you, and you are asked to come to the town to take over the duchy. So, there the story ends there. So, when we look into this particular aspects of the play, there is a comedy as well. It is called a romantic comedy. So it started in a quite confused way, and at the end of the play, we can see the play ends in a happy note. Happy note. That's what one of the critics says. Yes, I'll read out. The final marriages represent a civil restoration from the past life to the social communal life. Shakespeare is echoing that man is sociable by nature. One cannot remain in the forest, exiled from the civilized world forever, thus the move from the countryside to the town. So the story began in the town, and later on, most of the development took place in the forest of Arden, and now again the story is going to be shifting back to the town as well. So more importance is given by Shakespeare about his characterization, the way the characters talk to each other, the things that he wanted to intend to the readers. Lots of things. Let us see a few of the things that occur in the course of the story. These are the few of the quotations that I have taken it from the play. Just I'm going to read it out. Act 2, Scene 7. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. We have used many times this particular quotation. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Act 2, Scene 7. Fool does think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The fool does think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. My pride fell with my fortunes. Celia tells. My pride fell with my fortunes. And another quotation from the same, this one is, I was seeking for a fool when I found you. Act 3 says, love is merely a madness. Love is merely a madness. That's what brother, younger brother, when he's there in the prison, or when he's there in the forest of Arden, he writes it on the branches of the trees. The expression of love we can see written by Orlando in all the branches. That's what later Celia comes there and reads it out. Any questions to ask, please send me this one so that I can clarify it. Do you have any questions about the plot of As You Like It? So, how we need to, in what perspective we need to study this particular story for the examination point of view? There are many things which you need to concentrate. You need to concentrate on the title of the play, As You Like It, the characterization, what are the main characters that we have found, and write the character sketch of Oliver, and or write a comparative study of Orlando and Oliver. This can be asked, and write a comparative study of the two characters, two sisters, cousins named Rosalind and Celia. And another is how Duke Frederick is different from his elder brother, Senior Duke, and clearly state how the life of all the characters in the play found in Forest of Arden. And another question may be asked, how the play ends. In what note the play ends, you need to elaborate it. So when you study for your examination point of view, please keep all these points in your mind. You need not to study the entire study material which we have given to you. Go through the plot of the story. Here we have been given you have been given the important characters, the dialogues, and analysis of Act 1 and Act 2. Everything is given to you, and you need to elaborate it. How to elaborate it? Without understanding it, it's very difficult to understand William Shakespeare's plays because it is not in normal English. That is written in blank verse. So it's not in modern English. In order to understand is this one, first you go through all the background to this play, or background, why this particular play is written, how it is written, and what is the intention of William Shakespeare. Remember, students, William Shakespeare did not have any intention that his plays are going to be studied by the university students. He had the only intention that he wanted to earn money, and he wanted to write some play so that it can be staged on the Globe Theatre so that he can earn his bread and butter for his life. But after many years, even today, many universities are reading about Shakespeare. Many researches are going on about him. So many things that happen. So when you go through this particular play, go through each and every detail things, understand the concepts, what is a comedy, what is a romantic comedy, and how the scene is taking place in Garden of Forest of Eden. All these things you should keep it in your mind. Don't forget to write down the characters as well. Just write down all the characters in a sheet of paper. When you just look into the characters, you will definitely recollect the plot, how the play begins, how the play ends. So people, most of the people will fail to understand the opening scene of William Shakespeare. That's what Shakespeare has given more importance to his opening scenes. So that's why please concentrate on the opening scene, opening of the play, and the ending of the play. How the play opens and how the play ends. There are two things you should keep it in your mind. So let me tell you one more thing. In scene one as well, when it opens, the conversation between Orlando and Adam. When we are introduced to the characters, look at the technique of William Shakespeare, how he introduces each and every characters to us. Slowly, Orlando speaks to Adam about his brother. That's what. As I remember, Adam, it was upon this passion that bequeathed me by will, but poor 1,000 crowns, and as thou saidst, he just keeps on telling. My brother doesn't take care of me, my brother doesn't love me, he doesn't give me any properties to my father, I am neglected, and I was treated like anything. So I am not given any education. All these things he just tells before the elder brother arrives in the particular place. That's how the life is given to the beginning of it. As you like it, look at the title, as you like it, do as you like it. That's what we intend to tell. When this particular title of the play, as you like it, just tells us about all things about the major three characters. That is Orlando, Oliver, and Rosalind and Celia. These are three characters around whom the whole story revolves. The whole story revolves. What are the probable questions that may come? What are the probable questions that may come that can be asked in the examination point of view? Please remember that. Examine as you like it as a pastel romance. Explain the significance of the title. So this can be asked. This can be asked in your examination. As you like it is essentially a celebration of life. Explain how it is a celebration of life. People who start their life in the town spend most of the time in the forest of Eden and come back happily after getting married. Celebration of life. Eden is a place of discovery where the truth becomes clear and where each and every man finds himself his true way. So that is the place. This can be asked. How Haden, a Garden of Eden becomes the place of discovery. This can be asked. And later, and discuss the character of Rosalind. When when you are asked to write the character sketch, you should not forget each and all the minute details you cannot skip up. Each and everything should be remembered. What kind of girl she is the daughter of whom, why her father is banished from the country, and what is the relationship between Celia and Rosalind, and how she wanted to express her love to Orlando, and what is the gift given by her, and how she finds her partner in the forest of Adam, and how she is able to read out the poetry written by the brother, that is Orlando, and the branches of the tree, and all these things you should keep it in your mind. So when you elaborate it, avoid grammatical errors. The content should be there, and regarding the character sketch. And again, when we talk about another question is, what makes As You Like It a delightful comedy? So what are the ways we can we can just find out how this As You Like It, this particular play is a comedy? So you can talk about Touchstone, you can talk about Adam, and you can talk about the comic scene that is taking place in the forest of Adam. All these things you should keep it in your mind. So let me tell you one more important thing. When we just talk about the play, in the place where in the Act 1, Scene 2, there is a place where the match which is going to take place. When all the people are present there, who are the people present there? There is a Duke Frederick present, Celia is present, Rosalind is present, all the people are present there. So we can see how people react to each other. When he wins the match, when Orlando wins the match against Charles, his father gets angry. Why? Because he is the son of my enemy. And Rosalind, she presents the necklace to him, and stating that, and she feels really attracted towards him. So these are the two things which we need to keep it in it. That is called character analysis. So you can add up those things in your examination point of view. Remember, let me tell you one thing. One more thing is, there are three brothers, and all the brothers, what happened to them? And Orlando, Oliver, Jax, all the characters. Please remember. So this is the plot I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you the story in a nutshell. If you have any questions to ask, please ask me so that I can clarify your doubts. You have my number in the website. You can check it. You can contact me for any this one, and I will just send you my number as well. You can save it. So you can text me, not an issue. I'm very happy to clarify your doubts. Please remember, it's very tough to understand works of Shakespeare, but when you understand, it's very easy to answer the questions. So, As You Like It is the play, romantic comedy or pastel comedy. Most of the characters are found in the city, and they were transported to the garden of forest of Eden, where people meet with each other and they come back happily. The marriages take place in in the forest of Eden. So when Senior Duke comes to know that Rosalind, Rosalind is the daughter, and he also feels happy. And he doesn't punish, because he is already punished by the younger brother named names of the Duke. Can you please repeat the names of the Duke? Okay. Senior Duke is there. His name is Senior Duke, and his younger brother is Duke Frederick. Duke Frederick is the one who banishes the eldest brother, that is named Senior Duke, out of the country. Why? In order to grab the properties. He wanted to become the master. If he is there as the Duke, he cannot have, he cannot become Duke. That is the only reason he is banished from that particular place. in order to become the duke. He enjoys all the properties. He keeps only Rosalind, the daughter of the senior duke, so that she can be a good companion to his daughter named Celia. And what happened? When Rosalind is asked to move out of this particular place, Rosalind takes Celia along with her to the forest of Arden. She doesn't want to give up. There is a good understanding, there is a good bondage between two sisters. So, any questions? So, there is a good understanding between the two sisters, and that's how the life moves on. When we see them in the forest as well, they together they move in a closely manner to all the places. That's where Rosalind could find the poetry written by Orlando in the branches of the tree. And even both Celia and Rosalind, they have disguised, they changed their costume. Why? Because they don't want to be identified by anyone else. If people see that she is the daughter of Duke Frederick, and she will be brought back to the country again. So she doesn't want. Rosalind wants to find a real father, senior Duke in the forest. We can analyze each and every character from this different perspective. Keep it all. Just me repeat before I conclude. Let me repeat all the names once again. Let me repeat all the names once again. Please keep it in your mind. Sir Roland D. Boyce is a man. When we are introduced in this particular play, he has got three sons named Orlando, Oliver, and Jas. And Oliver is the senior most member in the family. Before he dies, he tells his son to take care of the two brothers, but because of the property, he doesn't want to share the properties with the two brothers. So all the two brothers are neglected. So this is one part of the story. Next is the Duke, Senior Duke, and Duke Frederick, and that is one more story goes. And Senior Duke is already banished, and has got two sisters that come. That is Rosalind and Celia. So that's how this particular story progresses. Any questions you can ask me, otherwise we'll bind it up. And tomorrow I'm going to deal with you one more story, one more novel or a story. Tomorrow we will see. Any questions to ask? So if you have the pen and paper, you can take down few questions which I'm going to give. Please take down. Write down the comparative study of Orlando and Oliver. Orlando and Oliver. These are the two things. This is one question: comparative study of Orlando and Oliver, and how the life of the people in Forest of Arden changed. Two questions, and one more question is: write the comparative study of Rosalind and Celia. And another important aspect is we can concentrate on the opening scene of William Shakespeare, how the scene opens, and another thing is you need to concentrate on the development of the plot in Garden of Forest of Arden. And questions may be asked on the title of the story, title of the play. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, otherwise we wind it up. Okay, students, thank you.